Hi there. I've been thinking about what it must be like to be a woman who doesn't like that her husband or her partner is going to the gym all the time, like Jiu Jitsu particularly is what I'm talking about here. So I have like 20 years of experience in the sport. I've been in part of a few different gym families, and this is of course not talking about issues where the guy, is neglecting things that he's, under agreement or commitment to do around the home. But I do want to touch on at least one idea in this video of why you at least shouldn't stop a guy. If you're a partner, if you're a woman and you have a male partner who wants to go to jiu-jitsu all the time, and maybe seems like he's kind of obsessed with it and maybe it's making you feel some kind of way, here's one of the reasons why you should really not get in the way and potentially encourage it if that seems welcome. Okay. One of the biggest complaints that I hear from women today about their partners is that the guy doesn't have any friends. And this is a huge thing. There's been more and more studies going on these days about the epidemic of loneliness, and particularly male loneliness. The statistics are not good. Like the amount of suicides that have been happening in the male population particularly is, heartbreaking. And, it's not just relegated to men who don't have partners, unfortunately. Not that I'm trying to scare you. It's just a reality of what's happening today in 2024. And yeah, so don't get too caught up on what I just said. Or if you want to, do whatever you want. Anyway, so the thing is that when you join a jiu-jitsu academy, it is the most, it's the most tribal sort of relationships that you're going to build, especially for men in these days. Like, unless you're going out of your way to go join some men's group thing, which probably doesn't meet that frequently, or going to a festival or a camp or something, some kind of culture, the physical interaction, the physical contact, the competition, the individual aspects of the sport of trying to make yourself better while also helping others get better in the process, being helped in an upward chain of you helping others below you and people above you helping you. It's just fantastic. And the bonds that are created there, it doesn't mean, men are different than women. It doesn't mean that they're going to learn everything there is to know about their training partners. They're still going to have that thing that perplexes us as women around how men can have best friends that they barely know the last names of or anything that's going on in their lives, but they still feel a deep connection and bond, and they feel supported by these other men and other women that train as well. But I'm speaking particularly to like the male friendships and interactions that I've observed over the years. And of course, the individual is going to matter. The individuals that they're friends with are going to matter, so whether or not it seems like it's a good or a bad influence. But on the whole, my God, it is a beautiful thing to watch, to see men training together on the mat, to be able to get so much energy out, to cultivate so much of their strength and toughness and will and feel accomplished and be broken down and then feel accomplished again and then be taught how to get around it and problem solving. It's a physically and mentally demanding sport, and that helps anyone, especially men. Especially if they have an office job, if they have lacking satisfaction that I don't know if you can get outside of doing like hard physical things. Doing that with other people. Most of us watching this aren't going to be Amish. They're not going to have like groups of men that they go out and like accomplish big things with. That's why guys coming out of the military often find so much respite and camaraderie in a jiu-jitsu gym. It's awesome. So please encourage men, or at least probably better off, honestly, because you know how that always goes if you try to encourage something specific, is to just not get in the way, for sure, to be supportive and maybe in whatever way makes sense for your relationship, whether that's quietly or overtly. So I think that if you're able to sit back and relax and observe the changes that happen in a man as a result of him being part of a gym for, a year or 2 years. Not that it's necessarily going to take that long. The bonds that they start to build happen very quickly. Then I think it'd be a beautiful thing. I think that all men should train Jiu Jitsu, honestly. Let me know if you have specific problems or concerns in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them.